Hello and welcome to FX Acrobatics. I am the Acrobat, and today we'll be looking at the dollar, the euro, and the pound. Now we want to try and determine where this price action will go in the course of the week. Alright, so I really believe that the dollar, as you can see here, is going to go somewhere here, and the pound will go down, and the euro will also go down. Now, let me explain quickly why that is the case. Okay, you see here, when the dollar made this high, I knew it was gonna go down because of these lines that I've drawn here. This phenomenon is called SMT divergence, as presented by Michael J. Huddleston, the inner circle trader. Okay, why is this called SMT divergence? SMT stands for smart money technique. Okay, so you see here, when the dollar makes a high, because these currencies, these two are against the dollar. You can see here Euro USD, here you have GBPUSD, and this is USD, the dollar index. So when the dollar goes up, these two are expected to go down. Okay, so they are always moving against the dollar. So when the dollar goes up, the euro goes down, and so does the pound. However, there are these cases here. See, when the euro makes a low, like here, we expect that the pound should also make a comparable low. Unfortunately, in this case, the euro made a low, but the pound made a higher low right here. This is a lower low, this is a higher low. The dollar, on the other hand, made a higher high. So the pound did not make a comparable low as we would want it to do, just like the euro did here. So it wasn't willing to go down, yet the euro was trying to go down and the dollar was trying to go up. So this is called SMT divergence. So what does it mean? So what is it telling us? This is telling us that the pound is actually strong, so it wants to go up. It's strong because it's not willing to make the low, a comparable low that is being made by the euro here. So we look at this as a stop run, and so in the case of the dollar as well, we look at it as a stop run. So the dollar is weak here because the pound is not willing to make that low. So once that happens, then we know that this is gonna be a reversal here, and this is gonna reverse and probably go up. So why is this important today? Well, let's take a look at what has happened now. You see here, the dollar, as you can see, made a higher low, higher low, higher low. The pound, lower high, lower high. The euro, on the other hand, this is a lower high, but this is now a higher high. As you can see here, the high at this candle right here is 14,829. This one made its high at 14,838, so which is higher than this one. Now when the euro was making a higher high, the pound was not willing to make that high. The dollar is also not making a comparable low to this high here. So this is SMT divergence. So what is this telling us? Now this is telling us that this is probably a stop run, and price will most likely reverse from here and go and attack liquidity down somewhere around here. Now, when is this likely to happen? Okay, for that we need to go to the economic calendar and see when volatility is most likely to be injected into the market. All right, so this is the economic calendar for the coming week. My interest is on Thursday. As you can see here, we have high impact news CPI for the dollar, and this will be happening during the New York Open kill zone. So this is where I'm expecting most of the movement for this week. Yes, there are other news here for the Canadian dollar, but I'm not interested in these because they are now outside my kill zone. So, you know, there's that. So this day is much more interesting to me with a lot of movement even outside the kill zone. All right. Now let's move on to the charts and see just quickly how the PDRAs are supporting the ideas that we have talked about here. All right, this is a chart of the dollar index, and this is the daily chart. And so we can see price has moved from this low, it was rejected here, went up, took liquidity above these highs here, hit some kind of PDRA up here, and was rejected. So here you could apply the page and revert strategy. I think I talked about this on the weekly analysis that I made last time. If you go back and watch that video, you'll see that price delivered exactly the way I said it would. And not that I'm beating my horn here, I'm also learning. So please don't think that I'm saying I'm a professional or something. I'm just learning and testing out these concepts just like everyone else. So I predicted using these concepts of ICT, and price delivered the way. So we'll see as time goes on if we are getting more and more accurate with this. Okay, so I can just quickly show maybe the daily PDRAs that I have outlined here. Okay, so you can see that there were relative equal highs here, and we had this that price was targeting those, and of course they were taken out. If you go to the weekly chart, you'll see that there's something that it hit up here for this rejection. Now during that, remember we talked about SMT divergence. This is the SMT divergence that we're referring to here now, that this is going to go down. The one I explained earlier on the slides, that when this happened, we knew that this was gonna go down here due to SMT divergence. And now price is about to reverse here. It has dipped into this order block here. See these two down close candles here? It dipped into those and it was rejected. So this, coupled with that, when you place your fib right here and draw it out like this, you can see that we are at discount because we are now below the 50% mark. So this is discount and premium is up here, and we're already saying that there's SMT divergence, and this has dipped into the 79% retracement optimal trade entry here. You could take a long right here because there's an order block. It has dipped in here, 79% retracement. On the hard time frame, the dollar is supposed to go up, so we look at this as a deep retracement, and we have SMT divergence, so everything is pointing for the dollar to go up. Probably take this out. I'm interested to see if it's gonna come up to this PDRA. That's a balanced price range. So if I put this here, I think that's my objective for this week. I'll see if the dollar is most likely to come to this price point here. All right, let's have a look at the euro, and you can now see that the euro, as we said there, with on the previous slide, that there was SMT divergence here. Let me just bring the crosshair. You can see that this candle's high is actually higher than this one, so liquidity was taken here, and we look at this as just a stop run because of SMT divergence. So it went up here, and here we have an imbalance here, a CB. So that's where it dipped into and was rejected. So now we're looking for the euro to go down during this week. So I've already placed an objective for the dollar. We'll see what it does when it gets down here, or probably into this. This is an order block here. This whole thing here is an order block. So I want to see to it dipping down. Also, this is a breaker. Let's just bring in the PD arrays and see. Yeah. All right. So this is a breaker here. So we will want to see what happens when price gets down to this level here. It might just come here and reject. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do another analysis to see. But I'm looking at the euro going all the way to some place around here. So that's the objective. Oh yeah, and another interesting thing, we did say on the previous analysis, weekly analysis, that these were low resistance liquidity run signatures, that price would just slice through these, and it did here, just slice through this signature here. So yeah, okay, we'll see as the week goes what the euro does. The pound, same thing. If you take the fib here, it moved from this right there, and you can see that we're at optimal trade entry, and this is an order block right here. So it was rejected there, and now it's going down. And also with SMT divergence, you can see that we'll probably be targeting these lows. This is the pound, so it moves very fast these days. So I can see it coming all the way to fill in this imbalance right here. Right there. So yeah. So that's my objective for the pound for the week. Yeah, I think the pound will come here. So we'll see. I might be wrong as usual. Nothing is 100%, but we just look at the probabilities. I'll start incorporating commitment of traders, because I haven't looked at it honestly. We might just get more information, maybe because this is an imbalance right here. Who knows? Maybe the pound will dip into it. You can see that slight rejection there. There's imbalance. It didn't completely fit it. So if it does that, it might just reject and go all the way up. It's another idea, but I'm going to stick with this one until proven wrong. And I'll be wrong if price gets above this order block. If it closes above this order block here, then the idea will be nullified. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for this week's prediction. We'll come back and review how things went. Until I talk to you next time, this is the way.